Howdy partner, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Keely and I love to post build videos and let's plays. So with the horse ranch pack that came out just a little bit ago at this point, I had been looking for a wedding venue kind of off topic for my iCarly Let's Play, and I'll link that in case you want to watch that. So yeah, so I was looking for a wedding venue for Sam and Freddie, spoiler, and let's just say that I found this really cool barn-like house built with like rafters and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, it'd be so cool to do like a overhang in a loft area. And then I've been watching James Turner's Horse Ranch Let's Play, and I was like, man, I'd love to do my own spin on this. So here's this video. I finally had the time to sit down and build this house. It took me a couple hours because I'm a little bit of a slow builder, but it started off as a small to medium-sized house because this is a pretty small lot. I think it's a 20 by 20 lot. And then the house just progressively got bigger. So I would have done more landscaping and like actually put in more like barn stuff, but it's just a barn house. So there's actually no animal or stable, but it's built like it's a barn. Kind of. You'll see when obviously you know the color from the title, but it's going to be red. Shocking. So, yeah. And I built a barn that was a house, not that, well, I guess at this point it's been a while ago. It was in my welcome video. These are all available on my gallery account. For most of them, you can just search hashtag KillyCat4 to find them. For that older barn house, it's one of my most popularly downloaded builds, so you can find it on there too. That is more shaped like an actual barn. This is just like colored like a country cottage barn house in red. But yeah, so anyways, I wanted to do something with the overhang in the loft and stuff like that because I feel like I don't use those design elements very often. So you can see the first part of this video was me just kind of trying to figure out how I was going to make it work. I struggled a lot with the roofing for this because I couldn't just get it the way that I wanted it. But yeah, so that was kind of a struggle. I wanted it to line up but only go to where that part is. But the problem was I couldn't really get it to line up around those two curves, like that turn, that L shape. So the solution was that, but then I ended up just extending the deck out, and I wanted to put a back deck because a lot of my horse ranch builds so far, I didn't actually use a back deck at all, and so I thought that'd be a perfect use for this, something I hadn't done in a while. But yeah, like I said, this house just kind of gets bigger and bigger as I go along, so I probably should have put it on a bigger lot, but honestly, I feel like there's not that many lots that I haven't already built on at this point in the horse ranch pack, and I do a lot of these on my YouTube save, which is also where I do my iCarly Let's Play, and I didn't want to get rid of all of the houses and kick all the Downies out, so I ended up going on this smaller lot. I thought it was going to be a small loft. Well, it turned out being a big, giant family house, so, you know, oh well. But yeah, so anyways, in the spirit of barn and horse ranch, I went ahead and looked up some dad jokes related to barns. So here's the one that I found. So off of the internet, let me know what you think in the comments if it's any good or not. So a farmer, is living at the farm and he has terrible internet connection. So he moves his modem to the barn. And now he has stable Wi-Fi. So pretty cheesy. Let me know what you think. But yeah. So that is our joke of the day, of course. So here's the stairs, and they still haven't fixed this glitch where you can't add railings anymore if you put a wall at any point next to the stairs, which really ticks me off because in like almost every one of my builds, my go-to spot to place the downstairs bathroom is always behind the stairs because I can use that tile that's kind of awkward and left behind the stairs to kind of fit the toilet or fit the shower kind of nicely in that little nook there. So I always end up drawing a wall kind of in front of part of the stairs, and then the railing just goes up from it. But the game no longer allows you to do that, and it just gives you one post at the bottom, and it looks stupid. So, like, all of the houses I've been building recently don't have any railings on the stairs, and it really ticks me off. But if you know how to fix that, please let me know. Does anyone else notice that bug? But yeah, I don't really know what caused that. I don't know if it was the update for Horse Ranch or what, but yeah. So here was I was talking about earlier, the house keeps getting bigger. I decided I want to put the master on the bottom floor because I wanted more bedrooms upstairs. and I wanted this little overhang there up there, and I needed to put a bathroom in, and then I was like, well, those bedrooms upstairs are so big, I can't have that master be that small. So you'll see I'm gonna leave that for a while. I'll leave that unfurnished and come back to it later. So anyways, here's the kitchen. I don't use a lot of brown swatches in my builds, as you may have noticed. I'm not really a brown wood kind of girl. I'm more of like a black, a white, or a colored type of cabinet type of gal. So tried to go out of my comfort zone with this one, especially with the wood posts and whatever those thingies are called. Uh, the thingies on that connect to the posts. I can't remember what they're called right now. But anyways, I tried to go out of my comfort zone with those, so I tried to match some of that with the wood. Of course, I painted the ceilings the same color because it's a barn house. So, yeah, I painted almost all the ceilings except for like the bathrooms. I didn't paint those with the wooden tile. Or not the wooden tile, the wooden rafters. I kept those just like white. But for every other room, just about, I put a wooden ceiling on it. But yeah, honestly, the way that I play, I don't ever like hardly see the ceilings, so not really a game changer for me. I'm not one of those people that's like super pumped about the painted ceiling type of thing. I feel like it can be cool. I understand if you have a house that really hangs over, it would look pretty awkward, but I don't know. But yeah, so here's the dining room. I was trying to use some different wood colors, all stuff from the Horse Ranch pack. So most of the things in this build are from Horse Ranch, and then there's just some details and a couple other things that aren't actually from the pack. So if you have Horse Ranch, and even if you don't have a lot of other stuff, well, scratch that. If you have Horse Ranch and Cottage Living, you probably have most of the items in this build. Even though I did use a lot of other packs for clutter and things, the nuts and bolts of this house are essentially all Horse Ranch for the most part, and Cottage Living. Yeah, I used some other builds and stuff, but for the most part, that's most of the house. But yeah, so I wanted to put in this cute little mudroom area since I don't really normally do that in a lot of my houses either, so I tried to use this like orangey wood color that I also never used, so I really enjoyed using that. That was super fun. So here's the living room. Obviously, as you can tell, I really like blue. So I went for like a cottage farmhouse type of deal, and the blue is my favorite. I really like the rugs that came with this pack. So here I am kind of just going through the items, seeing what I kind of want to use. I love that pillow basket from Cottage Living. Absolutely a must-have. Put in some chairs and stuff, some more stuff from Horse Ranch. Just looking for some blue details to kind of tie into everything. You'll see I end up changing some of this later, kind of moving some stuff around. So I was pretty happy with that. Trying to tie that wood color in again. Like I said, I don't normally do that. But yeah, so I was pretty happy with how this turned out. Put some more clutter items, cheated in our TV here. I feel like it's stupid that a lot of times there's not an auto slot for a TV. Like, there's a mantle there. They could easily fit a TV of some sort. More clutter items. As you can tell, it takes me a really long time to build everything because I kind of always have to think about the meticulous details, and I want to make sure I look to see what fits best in the room, and typically that tends to be me looking through a bunch of the items. But yeah. So I like to imagine that these people that live here like dogs and cats, so I threw in mostly dog items. In this, I was trying to put in the cat tower, but I didn't really like it, so I put in a pet bed. So there's some pet beds and a feeder, mostly dog stuff. You'll see I put in that little toy caddy thing on that bench by the mudroom area. So you could easily add in like a cat tower somewhere and call it a day. Well, cat tower and a litter box, but perfectly ready for a dog already. So just putting in some more clutter. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. It was quite hot out today on my run, I will say that. But yeah, so it was pretty enjoyable. Looking forward to the days when it gets a little bit cooler, although I do like summer. Summer is my favorite season. I have really bad allergies, so winter I'm just always cold, and then fall and spring are normally pretty rough for me because of allergens and stuff like that. So if you're actually watching this far in the video, comment your favorite season down below. Do you like summer? Are you a spring kind of person? How about fall? Maybe winter? If you're winter, like, congrats. Like, it's just too cold for me. I can't do it. But yeah. I want to use that birdhouse because I'd never used that before. Putting in some more clutter items. Absolutely 10 out of 10. Love using that little bread keeper and the dishwasher cleaner dryer rack thing from Parenthood. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend. I loved placing in these plate clutter items to kind of give it some life. I was going to put in a dishwasher, but I thought it looked kind of silly, so I didn't. I love those tiles too from Parenthood, or not Parenthood, Growing Together. Absolutely love them. So I put in some of this stone from Cottage Living. I love that wallpaper too. I was like, no, you can't use that again, Kaylee. You can't do it. But yeah, so I put in that paneling because I feel like the horse ranch paneling just goes up a little too high for my liking. So you'll see. I'll use it later in the pack, or in the build. But I decided to go with the Cottage Living stones. So we have the exposed brick for a good portion of the house on the first floor, and you'll see that I kind of bring that up to the second floor with the overhang. Putting in a little study space over here on the first floor. Like I said, I tried to use mostly the horse ranch pack. So there's that. All right, so I put in some cute little items there. I was going to keep those picture frames, but I didn't really like them, so I put that picture of nature in instead, and I tried to put in some musical items, a little like skill room here in the hallway. I used Eco Lifestyle a lot more in this pack than I thought I would, or in this build. I wanted to put in a little bookshelf there, but I didn't really like any of them. None of them really felt country enough, or they were just too big. So I went with that one instead, because it was the closest wood color I could find. So there's that paneling I was talking about. So here I raised the whole house up on a foundation and put this stone foundation. I was going with the black and white details. So I thought that the black darker stone looked really nice. So here's the bathroom. Key and point of why I love doing a bathroom behind the stairs. Super easy. You can put that little shower in there real nice, right in that nook. Perfect. Absolutely love it. 10 out of 10 would recommend. 10 out of 10. I do it every single time I build a house. But yeah, I always love to do that. So it's really sad that just because I have a tile of the stairs covered, it no longer does banisters. But whatever. So I wanted some nectar making stuff out here because since they don't have any animals, I imagine these people would be nectar makers with their 4 nectar racks in their dining room to show it off, when they have guests over and stuff like that. Went for some rocking chairs and lots of flowers outside. I imagine they'd be much into gardening since they are not necessarily maybe on the animal side of things, unless you have a bigger lot and you could have the space to do that. I also put that bee box over there you saw in the last frame. So I imagine that they would maybe take care of bees and grow some honey too. So their version of a farm, You could even throw in the candle maker if you had space, wax or whatever. So yeah, I think the candle making skill is really cool. I did that a lot. See, I didn't get Eco Lifestyle when I first came out. I got it later. And so I'd been playing with that until the Horse Ranch pack came out. And I found the candle making pretty fun. The only thing I didn't like was a lot of the really cool fabricated items, like you can't buy unless you turn on like debug, I think, in build mode, which kind of sucks. Like I get the idea of building the stuff, but sometimes you just want those items instead of having to go all the way to like level 10 fabricating skill. And I felt like sometimes the jobs are really repetitive. I thought there was going to be more furniture items. But anyways, this is not an Eco Lifestyle review back. So there's that bee box that I put back there. So even without that, your Sims could do some painting. They could work on their cooking and sell their own, homegrown goods. I'm going to put a garden space in later. You could also have your nectar making station. You have the bee box. But yeah, so quite a few things that you can work with. Here's the master bathroom I did in this yellow. I know it's not the most appealing, but I don't use yellow a lot, so I wanted to do that. So here I am just adding some more windows up to the second floor. I was trying to decide how I wanted to do it, so there's that brick that I went around, and then I tried to find a wallpaper or paint color to put up there. I thought that was too much. I love the leaves, but I didn't really think they fit, so I went with this one instead because the brown paneling kind of worked with it. So yeah, I went with that. A little bit old-timey for my personal taste. But yeah, so at this point here, you can saw the video just cut out. I had completely furnished this room that I'm working on now, the room next to it, and I had done something else already, and I realized I wasn't recording. I just wanted to look off camera for a particular item, and I didn't realize I never started recording again, so I did this whole sheep-themed room and the kids' room next door, and I started on the other room before realizing I hadn't clicked record on anything, and I was like, okay, I have two options here. I can just keep going, or I can go back and delete all of it and re-record it. So you best believe I took the time of day, well, the time of night, because it was actually like 9 o'clock at night and I had to be up at like 5:45. So I stayed up for y'all to finish this so it was actually a coherent video instead of it just cutting to a clip where both of the rooms are done. But yeah, so that's why it looks like I already know what I'm looking for, because I already furnished those rooms and then I had to redo them. But yeah, so that was my, that was the whole situation. But yeah, so it took a lot longer than the footage actually shows, because that was a solid like 20 minutes or more of, I think I even furnished that room on the side. Yeah, I finished furnishing that room as well. And then that's when I noticed, I think. I was like, oh. But yeah. So anyway, so here is the last like guest bedroom there. I tried to use some of the fun swatches from Horse Ranch that I had never used before and match them with the chairs. I was looking for some fun little runners for this long overlook hallway with the loft. I could have just done a small house with a loft too, which is what I was initially going to do, but then it ended up turning into a huge house. So maybe I'll make another one with a loft and just post it on the gallery. As per usual, you can find this build by searching KillyCat4. And it'll come up. It's called the Big Red Barn House. You can see some of my other ranch builds recently. I got the Budget Ranch going on. We got the Rootin' Tootin' Ranch. We have the Hidden Valley Ranch. We have this build. And then maybe I'll build another loft-style house. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'll try to build another small house. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, with school coming up, at this point that this is posting, school have already started. I've been pre-recording videos like crazy to get them ready. Not that, like a whole bunch of people watch these videos, but I like to stay to my upload schedule. I have so much fun making these and playing The Sims along, whether or not any of you guys watch it. So if you do watch it, I do thoroughly enjoy that you're also enjoying watching it, because I have a blast. So I've been pre-recording like crazy for my Horse Ranch Let's Play, for my iCarly Let's Play, from these build videos, which they take so much longer than the Let's Play videos. So, but yeah, so I hope you guys really enjoy it. So, because it's going to be super challenging for me to make videos with classes going on and everything. So yeah, I'm really trying to put in that work now while I can. Enjoy these last, like, at this point of me recording this, I have like a week until classes start. So, it's setting in, like it's getting real. At this point though, I'm sure many of my other fellow students and, I guess, yeah, peers, at this point we will all have been going back to school at the time this posts, but hopefully your school year is going good so far. It'll be slightly at the beginning-ish of your school year, so hopefully it's going good for you if you're in school or college or high school or whatever. But yeah. So I was going to use one of the other fireplaces, but I'd never used this little fireplace, so I thought that that would be something perfect to fit into this master bedroom on the first floor. I was super upset because I wanted that dresser from Cottage Living to go in that blue and white swatch, like on the nightstands, which you obviously can no longer see because I've jumped out to the garden. But it doesn't. It only comes in like the green and the dark brown, which it doesn't come in the like nightstand. So it's like, make it make sense. Like, why do we have swatches that don't match? Like, the struggle is real. I don't understand. But yeah, so we're just doing some final touches. Got a little sign. I was like, I'm not gonna have space for trees because I decided to put this on like a teeny lot and then go crazy with it. So here's just some, stuff. I ended up putting in this little mailbox on the door or on the wall there, connected with some of the ivy. And here we go. We got some more lavender and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a fantastic day and a great rest of your week or weekend. whichever time you're watching this. I hope you enjoyed my channel. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.